I'd like us to pause to seek guidance, please. Okay, can we have adoption of the agenda? Is there any additions or deletions?
So moved as presented. A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
There is no presentation or delegation tonight. There's nothing on the dangerous and unsightly premises. So our next thing is the approval of the Committee of the Whole minutes of August 14th, 2017.
I move approval as presented. I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. Is there any old business or business arising? David?
No.
George?
No, we got a couple questions over. Can we do that later or now?
Questions from this?
No, just general stuff.
No, go ahead. It says old business.
How's our generator making any progress on that? Is up and running or not?
Still is not. The digester still not operational. In time to do a number of things, and I think they had somebody down from University. But there's nothing happening.
So how's that working out with Nova Scotia Power? Are we not being charged because we're not meeting our cost or anything?
No. We're not earning any money on it.
Yeah.
But we're not paying any money out for the methane gas. This conflict is okay. I know Terry's been in touch with Nova Scotia Power about a purchase agreement. But part of that conflict was also that we were to put in 300 more, and we don't know how about that is happening right now. So I mean, we're going to soon have to explore some options, either using it someplace else, or unfortunately, some has not produced any.
Any other questions?
I had another one, but I forget what it was.
Did you think about it?
I can remember it.
Anything?
Nope, okay.
And nothing from me. Under new business, we have the determination ride, likely for NSCC, which was sent out from the UNSM to tell us about it. And what do you think of a donation for this? Do we? Don't we? Like I was thinking if we were doing anything, it'd be nice maybe for $100. It's doing a lot to help secondary education.
Adult learning program?
Yeah.
I was in one of those. Yeah, we bought up in high school to get to the university. Then we do $100.
If so, we'll make a motion.
I motion to donate $100 to the NSCC student service for
For the determination
ride cycling for NSCC.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. The next was the Fundy Coastline and Coasters follow-up, and that came in, and what they're requesting is our signs on the road, but aren't they the province?
Yeah, after the first letter that we received from Greg Turner, that was completely about I actually called Greg and spoke to him to try to get clarification, because as you're correct, the only place we regulate signs is in Conway. And he was going to go back to the committee and try to find out more what they were to get back to me, and he didn't, and then we received a second letter. So I emailed him to tell him I would bring it to this committee, but that we don't regulate signs on Shore Road. I think the issue, and when he says illegal signs, I think they mean more illegal in terms, I think the issue that they're having with is stores accommodations that are advertising.
Airbnb type
So
stuff.
that's not an issue that can be dealt with through their signage. Like our regulations for signage is the placement and the size, not the content. So I don't know what we can do other than.
I think we can forward maybe to our MLA. I mean, I know they said they copied it,
Yeah,
but then we can send a letter saying, and to the minister, that, this is a concern in the area.
Unfair competition.
Or is this something we could put up as new business for the TIR meeting?
No.
Transportation has
Okay.
laid out, like,
Yeah.
again, they only regulate like us, the placement of signs, not the
Okay.
content. Now, but I guess I'm not sure how that would be enforced. I mean, people we all know people that, rent.
There's signs everywhere, I mean.
Not the signs is the issue, it's the accommodation that in their own homes or something, so they're not living for that.
But then they still have to have rules to be up on the TIR roadway as
That's
well.
what I'm thinking too, like,
I mean,
TIR just doesn't let you put a sign up.
no, but that doesn't matter what the sign says.
Oh, no.
It can be a business, like the tourism community, so the signs that are on the shore road, TIR, you can't regulate those.
Some of those, right? You gotta keep in mind that the TIR right of way, like Shore Road is one of those areas where advertisers have figured out there's a lot of private land deals too along Shore Road where if they'd gone directly to David that owns a piece of land and said, can I put this here? Then we're outside of TIR or us, really into a gray area. It's not really that great. There's no real enforcement once they're private. Like I say, TIR is the only one in the right of way.
I would suggest that next data meeting, that the tourism association themselves get together, maybe, lobby minister as far as, is there a way to enforce these, or, I don't know what
Yeah, it's gotta be, because we had talked about it on one of our last meetings in May or June, there was concern about some signage downtown, and they were gonna contact the town council about that. At that time, I don't know if there was signage on Shore Road or not, but sometime when I was going south, I've seen it just appeared there sometime.
A number of years ago, I remember reading an article on this in BC, and the business community it was about Airbnb and them not paying proper taxes. And the business community lobbied the province, is what they did, and tried to, I think what we did end up doing is trying to identify the businesses and making sure that they're properly paying the taxes registered. So maybe something like that. I'd have to go look, see what they did to BC. This is years ago, too.
From us, the only thing I can see is that we agree there is a concern in our area, that they know that we are pushing it forward for them, but they have to do the lobbying. We can only I agree, it's a huge
Just remind
concern.
them that the only ones that have a bylaw is the town and Conway, and that's it.
Well, because we don't own the highway.
We own the highway, so.
I've had complaints the other way, somebody putting a sign up on someone's private property. I've never had it. Someone on private property doesn't want the sign there, I've never heard that.
Well, because they usually pay.
Yeah.
They call me up and say, Linda, if I give you $100 a year, can I leave my sign there? And I'm saying, oh, well, $100. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
And sometimes I had one person tell me that they had a sign on their property, and they were, they didn't pay them anything, but they were allowed a free meal every week.
Oh, well, that's a good deal. I know somebody did that once. Water for a business. They got free French fries.
I mean, but
As long
that
as they got
to
water
me
from
could
it.
add up. But they were allowed a free meal every week.
And we
One
have
meal.
to, and we have to be careful with councillors. We use signs too, so you have to have it worded that start putting signs up, right?
So what I can do, I'll actually write back to Ray and explain again, what I talked to him about in the email and what we spoke about. And perhaps suggest a couple of,
They lobby, but I think we should.
regulate the placement of signs in those in that one area.
But I still think we should send the minister on that if there is a concern.
Well, it is. It's unfair. People paying extra taxes for their business and the various insurances and things that go with it. And then they're competing with somebody that's not doing any of those things.
So do we want to send a letter to the ministers just as they're on their concern?
Yep.
Okay. Do we need a motion for that? Oh, okay, David.
So move.
Second.
That we write a letter to the minister.
So that we write a letter to the minister explaining the local business community's concerns for illegal.
Well, just for
Sources.
signage and content. Yeah, we'll let them.
Well, the real problem is illegal businesses.
Yeah.
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 Oh, sure.
Yeah, I've read about it in the past.
Yeah, there's a big concern in the state of Airbnb and the cities that are now finding these people that have done it. Ooh, big time. Okay.
Non-claimed income and stuff like that. The IRS is not like Canadian tax or revenue
There's a lot of
service.
it's zoning.
They go for your throat, man.
Yeah. Okay, and George seconded it?
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. The next thing is the CAO officer report. Just to remind you, September the 13th, we have a RCMP Joint Advisory Committee at the Town Hall. September the 15th, we have the Weymouth doctor recruiting, the Weymouth Health Clinic. On September.
It's still on, it's still
Yeah.
going.
September the 18th at 5, we have council and TIR, and on the 6th on the 18th, bylaw and policy. On September the 25th, we have council at 6. October the 5th at 5 p.m., we have bylaw and policy, and October the 9th, you all get to enjoy your Thanksgiving meal. October the 10th on Tuesday is committee of the whole. October the 16th at 5 is bylaw and policy. October the 23rd at 1 is the Highway 101 task force. And that should be a good update. October the 23rd at 4:30 p.m., we have the Village of Weymouth, and that's for all council. And then at 6 p.m., we have council. And that's going to be in the Weymouth Library Program Room. Remember, we are doing different places this year, so you got to allow yourself time to get down there for the meeting in Weymouth. The other one's going to have extra time is George.
I have a 200-kilometer round trip. I do.
Yeah, there you go.
I got probably 8 or 10 maybe.
8-kilometer round trip.
The next is the CAO update. Do anyone have any questions for Linda?
Thanks for all your hard work. The statement, that's it.
If there is none, we will go on to the departmental report. I want to say that Jonathan's first report really impressed me.
Yep.
And I see there is going to be an opening, so, which is great. Is there any questions or concerns on the department report?
Yeah, just what you said, real good job. It's interesting how we didn't have the job and now we have the job, and there's so much to be done and so much getting done. It was a real good investment for this town. Yeah, really good.
And you always do a nice report.
Oh, that's right, Jeff. Lord Jeff. Jeff's first report. Now we're gonna talk about it.
It's just, it's so interesting.
I get the message. I get the message.
Throw in a joke once in a while, yeah.
What can I say? No, I mean, all the reports are actually well done, but it's nice. Jonathan has that flair anyway, and
Oh, you did professionally right.
Yeah.
For a couple decades. That helped.
Linda,
yes, sir.
are we gonna get some signage up out at Haynes Lake sometime? There's nice big posts and stuff on the ground there to put something up. Is there anything planned for that?
I think all that will be part of the public consultation,
Yeah.
you know, and then you do the plan for
Yeah.
that site.
So it would-
What the name's gonna be.
Yes, that's it.
I've already come up with the name, guys.
There you go.
It's going to be called
Gregory.
the
Oh, no, not very. Linda can be first name.
Park.
Linda Park.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter, they'll know who it is, but the Linda Park, it has a ring, and Linda means beautiful, remember?
Oh, yeah,
In
that was a great
Spanish,
suggestion.
so it means the beautiful park. We couldn't get a better name. So I've got it all thought out, guys.
This is like Neil Peters giving away Peters Island under the stipulation that it be renamed Neil's Island. That actually happened. And for like 4 or 5 years, Neil's Island came up on maps, and now it's back to Peters.
Well, I'm just giving you guys hints for a lovely name, you know.
It's okay. Maybe we'll think about some other names.
Linda, what do you think of that?
No, just so we have something to.
Well, I will plug
So we have
the
something to
ballot
banter
box.
around, you know.
Ballot box, 100, and they're only allowed 100. Okay. The next is updates from previous action items. Does anyone have any questions? Okay. And the capital project update. Any questions?
Correspondence.
Jeff,
What correspondence?
That's what I meant. That's all. Never mind, I'm crazy.
the parking lot done?
I didn't know what he's talking about.
No.
Oh, okay.
What's all done?
Okay, Matthew?
Is the parking lot all done at the?
The first third, right? So we're doing it
Yeah.
in 3 phases. So yeah, they moved in, they were in the area, I think shortly after they did the road here in town. I think that same crew ran up to the airport and did that in like a day.
And
Right.
I haven't been up there in
Yep.
Yes.
Is there a culvert or something that had to be fixed or something?
There was nothing on Bruce's report, only the third had been done.
Okay, no, I'm just thinking.
Or he said
I'm just
it-
thinking
yeah,
going up
okay.
road wise, I was thinking, you know, we've got South Lane's done, we've got the, Ridge Road done. I'd like to see some pavement down between there and the airport.
Yeah, in the initial tender, 2 years ago, that went out for Ridge Road, that piece of Ridge Road, that piece of the airport road that was paved was hoped to be in there. It came out at the last minute, but yeah, because the road up to the airport is in very hard shape.
I'd like to get that done, so it's something I'm trying to lobby. No, I was just kind of thinking,
But we have asked.
you can lobby and ask
Certainly
and
when the next meeting.
TIR,
Be added on to.
to next year's plans or whatever, or something. It'd be nice to get it done. I see they did some nice work on Bloomfield Road too. They did a lot of ditching, put a lot of gravel down, so that was good work this summer.
Okay. The next is correspondence and information items, which there was none.
Hence my confusion.
Okay. Now, there was no in camera that I know of. Okay. The only thing I want to remind you of, just remember, it is 9/11, the Americans are being stated, and the devastation that has happened. But the only sad part was, apparently, when some of the American planes came in, they would not take Canadians, but when the Canadian planes came in, they took Americans, which has made a little bit of bad PR.
Yeah.
But the devastation
Turks and
of
Caicos
those
Islands are
islands, it's terrible. The whole idea. I think, we want to be pleased with how lucky we are and think of.
Yeah, well, those storm surges, if that hit the islands, that would just decimate.
Well, they are decimated.
I mentioned 9/11. This is the first year since 9/11 that the lodge has done as well. It took that many years since 9/11. It just went breakdown. And this many years now, we're back to where they were.
I think it's the 150, I'm sorry. I think Canada 150 because it's all over.
Yeah, there's
It
a
is
couple
all
other things
over.
too. There's been bad publicity on the borders for
Okay.
people going through. I've heard there's a hesitation for Americans in the northern states to go to the southern, so they're coming up north. And also the exchange rate, and and also they've made it easier to get passports.
Oh, okay.
So there's a whole bunch of, and the 150 I am sure has
Yeah, that's a big thing.
20% over last year. Real big difference.
Now, if there is nothing else, would someone like to adjourn?
To adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second, okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Time to remind it?
Hey, Linda, just in conversation.